Hi and welcome back to the Spruce Grove Public Library's YouTube channel, SGPL Library Kids. My name is Sarah, I'm the children's librarian here at the library, and for one of our reading clubs, which is the Kids Virtual Reading Club, we are reading this book. So for March, our theme for the month is food and kind of food related stuff. So this book is one of our reads. Every month we do 4 reads. So this is one of the picks that we will be doing for our read aloud this month. It's called Jasmine Taguchi, which is the series name, and this particular book is called The Mochi Queen, and it's by Debbie Machiko Florence. So we started with chapter 1 last week, and we're going to carry on with chapter 2 today. So mochi is a Japanese delicacy. It's a dessert, and it's really awesome from all accounts. I haven't actually had to try it myself, but it's something that's on my wish list. So we're going to start with chapter 2. It's called My Thinking Spot. Cleaning my bedroom is easy. Sophie brags that her bedroom is bigger than mine. But I love my room. It's cozy, and I always finish cleaning my room before Sophie cleans hers. The messiest part of my room is usually my desk. It used to be Dad's desk. When he was a boy, Sophie's desk came from a store, but I like that my desk is special. My dad used to do his homework at the same desk I do my projects on now. I like to make collages. I cut out pretty pictures from Mum's old magazines, and then I glue the pictures onto a piece of cardboard. One time though, I cut up Mum's magazine before she was finished reading it. Now we have a deal. Now when she finishes a magazine, she puts it on my desk. I have a whole mess of magazines. I was working on a collage of my favourite colour, purple. I scooped up a pile of pictures of grapes, plums, flowers, butterflies, and a lavender sunset, and I put them into a big envelope. I stacked the magazines into a neat pile. When I did this, I thought about Mochi Tsuki. I not only need to convince my parents to let me help, but to let me join the boys too. My mum was all about rules. This is going to be tough. I need to go to my thinking spot. We lived on what Mum calls a quiet street, like that was a good thing. That meant there was no one to play with. My best friend Linny Green lives too far away from me to see her when I could just walk. Fortunately, Mrs. Reese lives only 2 houses down, and even though she's older than Mum and Dad, she's fun to be around. She listens to me when I talk and doesn't tell me what to do, like elbows off the table or don't make too much noise. She also lets me have a special thinking spot in her backyard. I like going to Mrs. Reese's, especially because Sophie never went there. Mum said that as long as I didn't bother Mrs. Reese, I could visit her. I'm pretty sure I never bothered her. Mrs. Reese was sitting in a rocking chair on her porch, like she usually does after lunch. "How are you today, Jasmine?" Mrs. Reese asked, putting her book on her lap. She's always reading. "Your mother says your relatives are coming. You must be excited." Mrs. Reese moved here from Vermont in the summer, so she didn't know about our tradition. She told me it was very cold and snowy there in the winter. Hence, in Los Angeles, we never get snow. And it mostly stays sunny. We're getting ready for Mochi Tsuki. Mochi Tsuki, I pronounce it slowly for her because she isn't Japanese American like me. I couldn't really speak or understand Japanese, but I know a few words. She nodded as I sat down on her front steps. "What is that?" "Every year our relatives come over to make mochi. It's a Japanese dessert. It is good luck to start the new year by eating mochi." I closed my eyes and imagined biting into a chewy treat. My favourite holiday is New Year's, when the whole family gets together. My mum likes Christmas best. I like it fine, especially the presents. Sophie's favourite day is her birthday. "Is it a lot of work to make mochi?" Mrs. Reese asks. "It takes 2 days." 2 whole days? Wow, what do you do? I frowned. Telling Mrs. Reese that I sat and watched TV with my cousins was not interesting. If only I could make mochi. Dad sets up the backyard with tables and chairs, I say, and Mom and my grandma wash special rice and then soak it overnight. When the rest of the relatives come over the next day, they cook the rice. The men pound the rice into mochi, and the women roll the mochi into little balls. I just had to be able to help make mochi. I needed to think of a way to convince my parents. Good thing I had the perfect thinking spot. "I'm going to climb your tree now," I say, and Mrs. Reese told me I could climb her apricot tree any time I wanted. That was my special place. The only rule was I couldn't fall out of it. In her backyard, I climbed to my favourite spot for thinking, in the crook of the bottom branches. I could lean against the tree trunk and not be afraid of falling. Not that I was afraid, I just didn't want to break Mrs. Reese's rule about falling out. See? There's a picture of Jasmine sitting in the tree, having her special thinking spot. Now, most of the leaves were gone by now. I could see my backyard from here. Dad had already set up the canopy to shade the tables. Why did only men pound mochi? Was it because they were strong? But girls were strong too. Last week, Tommy Fraser, a boy in 3rd grade, couldn't open his water bottle and asked me for help. I opened it for him. If I could show Dad that I was strong, maybe he would let me join the men. There was a special hammer they used to pound the mochi. I couldn't practice with it yet because it was still packed in a box. I would just have to use my arm muscles as much as possible before the big day. Then finally my muscles would be strong enough to lift the hammer. I wrapped my arms around the tree and hugged it. I had a plan. And that's the end of our chapter for today, so thanks for joining us. And if you want to read some more of this, then come pick up your own copy at the library. There is a whole series of Jasmine Taguchi's books, so do grab some of the other ones if you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, SGPL Library Kids, and we'll see you again. Thank you for joining us for Virtual Storytime this week. If you enjoyed this story, come and visit us in person at the library, give us a call or message us, and we will help you find more books, movies, video games, TV series, and so many more programs and services that we can offer you, all for the small price of a library card, which of course is free. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, SGPL Library Kids. So thank you once again, and bye-bye.